Bueno, pues nada, pues ahora estoy aquí con un paciente que he conocido aquí de imprevisto que se llama Eric,
Sí.
¿sí? Él es de los Estados Unidos y bueno, le voy a hacer una pequeña entrevista aquí para vosotros y para que, bueno, para que podáis ver también cómo lo vive otro paciente, ¿no? Okay, Eric, so tell me please, for how long have you been here in the in the hospital, in the accommodations?
For the hospital, it was 5 days. And for the hotel process, it's been 2 months and a half now.
2 months and a half. So 2 months and a half was the surgery. Yes.
October 18th
October 18th.
was my surgery, yes.
And what did you feel just right now after the surgery? You know, when you wake up, what was your first feeling?
I know that on the first day, you're sleeping because you have medication and like you wake up, they wake you up, they're like, hey, and I remember I think I could feel it, but you know, the medication, it helps, you know, make you go back to sleep. And so I don't really remember the first day. You don't remember the first day because you're very heavily medicated. But I know that probably was the most painful day because my dad said that during my sleep, I was like during my sleep, but I just don't remember. Like, you are asleep. The days after, the next day is when you walk for the first time. Me personally, I was able to make it to the door. So they test you on how far you can walk. And for me, I was able to walk to the door, but you get a little dizzy. So those first days walking in the hospital is you get a little lightheaded. But you know, you seem very strong. So it's all about like in the mind.
It's only in the mind.
It's all in the mind.
It was painful or no was painful?
No.
No?
But also because I didn't push myself too hard. I was taking little steps. You know, baby steps. Don't try to do too much too early, just do enough. And then when you're on the bed and they're doing the physical therapy, I was able to move my leg. You know, they seemed surprised. I think everything I explained maybe might be a bit special to me because I'm 21 years old. I'm very young. And I also prepared for a year, you know, like physically. So again, I got like very flexible immediately. And I had what he was talking about. I had like really big, strong legs from working out. And then I was also super flexible. So having both of those, you know, my movement was very good from the beginning.
So could you explain more about that? What you did, you know, to prepare yourself for the surgery? Some kind of, you know, workout routine?
Yeah. So, I mean, I was in the gym doing, you know, squats and deadlifts since I was 14 years old. You know, like I've been in the gym all my life. But, you know, 6 months before the surgery, another patient consultant, she said to kind of stop working out and just focus on flexibility. So they give a PDF, they give like a slideshow of different exercises to do with a band. And so right now for you, I think the ones is just being able to go all the way straight and being able to have, you know, to your foot be able to touch your butt when you're on your stomach, and being able to keep it, maybe even time yourself for 1 minute, just staying there and feel
the stretching, no?
And get used to it. Get used to the feeling. I think that's more important, not just being flexible, but being used to it. Because then, you know, later when you're feeling it, you know, you're like, oh, it's the same.
I know this. Because then along the surgery, the feeling is like that, no?
Yes.
Like
there's no pain in the bones. Pains don't have nerves. I kind of thought, I don't know why, I thought that I might feel pain on my bones. But no, it's just the muscle. You're feeling, it's like you're stretching, but it's not stopping. Sometimes. And then the other thing again is nerve pain. But they have methods, you know, they have this special gel. They do a massage. They have like acupuncture. And then they suggest a vitamin called B12, which I took, and then it went away.
Have you made many painkillers, or for you it wasn't necessary until now?
I always took, for 2 months I took they give 2 painkillers. One that's not so much, you know, it's like Advil, and then another one that's a little stronger. For a while I was just taking the weak one, and then when I was feeling a little more, then I took the strong ones. And then when I was feeling a little more, then I asked for a stronger one. But this was like 1 week ago. And so my body, you know, I did it on purpose so my body doesn't get used to it too fast. In the beginning, try not to take all the painkillers. so that your body
Justificated, yeah?
Yeah, just take the smaller ones, and you know, when you're feeling a little more.
It's like a strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Like
you
a
know
strategy.
that could be worse.
Yeah.
So just, okay, and now, how you feel right now? Because now you almost achieve your height. How you feel now? You regret it? You are proud about you think that it is worth? What are your feelings right now? No?
Yeah, the only time I ever felt, because you're gonna miss walking, like cherish, you know, being able to run and stuff like that. Because for me, I've hit that point mentally where I do really miss walking. I'm like, where are you from?
From Barcelona.
Barcelona. Oh, you're not actually not far away. You're not so far away. Me, I'm very far away. So now I really miss home. So I think right now more of the a bit of a sadness is just in here. I'm a little far from home. So you know, you may miss family and stuff like that. But physically, the hardest point was maybe around 4.5 to 5 centimeters. That was when I was starting to feel the nerve pain. And they always explain it like, you know, you might feel like, oh, why did I do this? Oh, you know, I regret this. But for me, when I felt pain, I knew that I didn't regret anything. But I didn't regret anything. Because the pain is going to stop eventually. You know, you're going to reach your goal eventually.
Exactly.
But if I stopped early and then I go home and I didn't reach my goal, I would regret that.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what you have to think about. You have to be like, okay, how am I going to be happier? Am I going to be happier if I stop the pain now, or if I tell myself in the future, I did it? You know, like, oh yeah, I did that. You know, that's it. I can do anything. You know, so it's kind of like that.
So do you feel proud about himself? Yeah.
I have 9 days left, so now even at nighttime, if I wake up and I'm like, oh, you know, like it's not painful. It's more like surprising. Like for me, I've never called it pain. It's just more like annoying. You know, you'll lay down and you'll feel the stretching, and you're like, oh. But that's like my feeling on it. But I never felt like I wanted to cry. I never like from the pain. I never really felt like that.
That's not so that like you know so bad.
Yeah,
it's possible to manage. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you prepare. Only if you prepare.
I think the same. It's very important the preparation.
Yeah, only if you prepare. You know.
And what else? Do you feel now the difference of height?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm starting to feel it.
How do you feel with that? You know, you feel happy? I don't know.
I think when I get home, when I'm back home and I'm with my mom, and then eventually I see my friends and I'm walking outside again, I think it's gonna hit me. But it's been happening so slowly. The most time that I notice it is when I'm next to the physical therapists. So that's the main. And then I'm like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's surprising. But I think when I get home, you know, it's really gonna like.
Exactly, because you will notice a difference with your family and friends.
Yes.
I think I'm more excited to get my removal surgery
Back home.
and to get home, and then
show also, no?
Exactly.
This is the change. Finally.
and then everything will be complete. Oh, and then also the recovery process, being able to walk again with crutches and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. And do you have some any tip more for me or for the other patients that are wondering to make this kind of surgery?
If you have a caretaker with you, don't ask for their help for everything. Try to do everything by yourself. My father left really early, so I didn't have a caretaker. But I think, and this is for the other patients, I guess it's fine for them. I noticed that they have caretakers.
Usually they have.
But for me, I didn't. And I think that might have helped me kind of, because I would drop stuff on the floor and I had nobody to call. So instead I figured out how to pick it up and just stretch. Or I pick it up and I put it on something else, Or I always, if I wanted something from the kitchen, I can't just be like, help! I have to get up and get on the wheelchair, and I have to sit over
this
and
is a
over.
good point of view, no?
Yeah, so
you're very positive, and I think that this is the key for this kind of surgery.
Yeah,
it's very important.
So even if you have somebody with you, somebody to help you through the process, try really hard not to ask for help. Try to do everything by yourself, because that's an exercise. I think that's my main advice. Do everything on your own, and it makes you feel stronger. It makes you feel like you can do anything, and you realize you don't have to call. Because I noticed maybe for other patients who ask for help all the time, they're the ones that are having a harder time, aren't moving so well or aren't so flexible or having a hard time with their bend. Me, like there was another patient who, when he got to 7 centimeters, he was having a hard time bending. Me, I have to get up and sit all the time. I have no choice, and I'm not losing my bend. Maybe a little bit, but it's not as bad.
You have to rush from the very beginning.
Exactly.
So it's no.
Exactly. So don't stop moving, no matter how different it feels, or no matter how painful it feels. Just put on music has helped me actually. Music all the time. If you have training music, workout music, just like put that on your head and get up. Just.
This is other question. And you missed to work out,
Oh yeah. They have stuff. There was another patient who was working out, but for me, I'm trying to save money with food. If I work out, I'm gonna get hungrier. So for me, I haven't been working out, but it's fine. When I get home, my mother has a plan for me to gain weight again. She has a lot of meals ready, and we have a gym at home, so I'm ready.
Just give yourself time and you will recover everything.
But that's my main advice. Do everything by yourself. Inspire yourself, music, whatever you need. Don't ask. Try really hard not to ask for help. It'll make you feel better in the end.
Mate, thanks for your time. Very, very nice to meet you, and I think that I'm sure this will be very helpful for me for sure. I think that for the lesson, for the other viewers also, for the other followers. So thank you a lot, Eric, and wish you good luck.
Appreciate this.
And thanks a lot.
Got it.
Muchas gracias.